Hey guys, Stitches here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards. Last time, we went through to the park and dueled Weevil Underwood as well as everybody else there, because that's what we do. And this time, I'm gonna start by going through my deck again. I haven't made any edits, but I am trying to just be like, hey, this is my deck. So, you know, I'm not, like, playing cards you guys didn't know about. So we have Seiryu, Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts, Skelgon, Clown Zombie, Sandstone, Doron for 3 copies, Dissolve a Rock, 3 copies of Skill Angle, Dharma Cannon, Dark Gray, Mecha Leon, The Wandering Doom, Abyss Flower, Penguin Soldier, Hourglass of Life, Frog the Jam, Morphing Jar, Gale Dogra, Muka Muka, Witch's Apprentice, Flame Dancer, Trap Master, Kuribo, Stop Defense, Raigeki, 2 copies of Bear Trap, 2 copies of Acid Trap Hole, Multiply, Pot of Greed, Darkness Approaches at 2 copies, Back into the Darkness at 2 copies, and a copy of Infinite Dismissal. Anyways, I know it was glazing Infinite Dismissal a little bit last time, but it's honestly a trap card that I feel like doesn't really phase out. It's just that its effect is kind of interesting. You know, I have 2 Clown Zombies. I could be playing 2 of them. I'd prefer not to, though. If anything, I'd prefer to, like, trade up so that way I can play Armored Zombie now. I don't know. Am I strong enough to play this? Ooh, we are. We can actually play Dragon Zombie now. How much deck points do I have? I have a little over 100 to play with, so let's go by Summon. Or not Summon, Hype. Or no, I guess we do want to go by Summon and just do the Fiend and switch it out. Because, like, here's all our Fiends. I think we should get rid of the Wandering Doom. Ooh, sadly, we're just a little too under... We're like 10 points under level for Dragon Zombie, so we're gonna have to put in Armor Zombie. Unless I upgrade Clown Zombie. Into it, even then that wouldn't work. I'm not mathing. I'm doing like the most girl math thing ever, even though I don't really like that term, girl math. We can honestly like ease up on the Aqua cards. Anyways, now the deck has been updated, so I guess we have Armored Zombie instead of Wandering Doom. I guess this time we'll start by going over to the toy shop. I dueled with Yugi, but I couldn't win. I don't have any strength left. Oh, he's not here yet. At some point, Yugi will show up. I don't know if I missed the proc for it. We're not at that point in the game. Bones should still be up here. I always felt bad for Bones. I always thought he was like a cool little guy, and he's just like a kid trying to play the game. Which I feel like those types of characters are the most relatable. That's actually why Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal is one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchises, despite a lot of the backlash it gets. I feel like it's just very overhated because of the concept that, well, the protagonist is bad at the game. And it's like, well, I think the protagonist being bad at the game kind of gives more credence to, like, people who grow with him. Especially because he starts using, like, very niche cards. He uses a card, the main protagonist of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, called Double or Nothing. Which is, if a monster's attack was negated this turn, you can target that monster, its attack is now doubled, and it attacks again. He specifically uses this with his ace card called number 39 Utopia, which can negate its own attack with its effect, and then use Double or Nothing to then become a 5,000 attack monster, since pretty much all the protagonists in Yu-Gi-Oh! Have used 2,500 attack monsters as their ace or boss card. It's kind of just a rite of passage. There are a few times where it's not been that way. But yeah, anyways, where are we going now? I guess we can go to the card shop and see if there's any new cards. I don't know if this is here normally, or if I put that there. I probably put that there. Flame Swordsman's here. Flame Swordsman can wipe out all the dinosaurs on the foe's field. I don't know why it does that, but it does. There's some Exodia pieces here. I think there's only like one new one from last time. Here we got Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Here we have Harpy Lady. You can power up Harpy's pet dragon on the own field. Oh yeah, they changed this so that Harpy's pet dragon doesn't have an effect in this game. Instead, Harpy Lady just powers it up. And then it also, Harpy Lady's Sisters does the same thing, but by 2 levels. We got Catapult Turtle. So this is very weird. Catapult Turtle has an effect where it uses all your monsters that like aren't exhausted and sacrifices them to hit the opponent directly. It's a pretty interesting and unique effect and isn't too dissimilar from its real effect. Yakuteno Megami can actually combo a little bit with the thing. Here we have Crass Clown. This is actually the unzombified version of Clown Zombie, believe it or not. In the anime, Crass Clown, I believe, was brought back from the graveyard as a zombie. We could get the King of Yami Makai if we wanted to, but we can't play it. It's too strong. Let's see, what is this? Spirit of the Books. Oh, this is the thing that summons Buku. So it's a pseudo-duper. Fire Reaper. Oh yeah, I remember thinking this card was dumb. It deals 50 LP of damage, and I'm just like, why? Why couldn't they have just given it the same effect as Legoul? I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. We probably should consider getting a Pyro to replace our Flame Dancer. However, I'm more concerned about the Spell and Trap cards. We can actually play Swords of Revealing Light now, as long as I remove cards from my deck to play it. That unfortunately does mean getting rid of a lot of our good cards. Believe it or not, Lava Battle Guard is actually a zombie, or not a zombie, is a shadow and not fire. I don't know why I said zombie. By the way, I do want to like give this game's art direction very good props. They did a good job at simplifying the arts down. Here we have Megamorph. We're sadly not high enough level to play that. Eternal Drought, what does this do? Destroys every fish on the opponent's field. Sure. We can get another Bear Trap, but we can also get the Invisible Wire. Invisible Wire destroys 2,000 or less attack monsters, but we can also get Acid Trap Hole. There's also Widespread Ruin, a trap card that is deadly to any monster. So this will destroy anything regardless of its attack. We got Samochi, Reverse Trap, etc., etc. I don't know if we've encountered a card that needs 3 tributes yet. I'll sort and see if maybe I missed one, but there are cards that do have 3 tributes. There's Pot of Greed, Inexperienced Spies, Anti-Raigekis. But they do exist, cards that need, we also have Torrential Tribute, of which there's 2 copies of. We'll get one for later. Another copy of Beckoning to the Darkness. Exarian Universe. I didn't know that card was in this game. Or I didn't remember it being there. Yeah, not really a lot of good stuff here, unfortunately. I mean, there is good stuff, but not a lot of stuff I really feel like playing. Oh, actually, this is here. Thousand Eyes Restrict. So this is interesting because it is the lowest level divine attribute monster in the game. Thousand Eyes Restrict is actually a fusion monster in the physical game, but they just made it into a regular effect monster. What this card does is it takes control of the highest attack monster your opponent controls. It replaces itself by taking control of your opponent's highest attack monster, and then boosts its attack by 2 levels. This card is insane, and I want to see if I can get it in my deck later. We have Dark Magician Girl. She powers up if Dark Magician's in the graveyard, meaning you can actually kind of use her effect freely if you just have a Dark Magician to discard, but we haven't encountered a space where we can use Dark Magician. Anyway, I was going to order these by stars. No, there's Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. You can play that. It's one of the few toon monsters in this game. It just acts as an imitation of Blue Eyes White Dragon. There's red eyes in here. Sanga of the Thunder. Oh, we have Suijin here too. I think Gate Guardian is a card in this game. Oh, here we have a card that's exclusive to this game called Psycho Puppet. It's a very interesting ritual monster that's never been adapted in the real game. But interestingly, I do want to talk about something with video game exclusive cards real quick. So I've mentioned before the password system, how the bottom of cards will have passwords written on them usually. Well, the password system's a little interesting because there are a lot of cards that are old cards that even in the OCG and TCG, both did not have a released version for a while. And you might be thinking, okay, well, you know, they probably just didn't release it. You know, there's not really a big thing. Ooh, Millennium Golem. This guy's the biggest, like, Earth guy. I don't know if that's actually true, but he's like a very big guy. But they appeared in these old video games that had password systems. And interestingly, when data mined, like, have their passwords from the TCG and OCG. Well, to make these games age well, they actually keep the password on the card, even all these years later when it would get released in the card game finally. And that's just phenomenal to me that they would even, like, go through the effort. By the way, Mystical Elf does have an effect in this game. It boosts specifically Blue Eyes White Dragons. And the reason why it does that is it's actually a reference to when Yugi used Blue Eyes White Dragon against the fake Kaiba / ventriloquist in Duelist Kingdom. But yeah, we're not quite at the point where we're seeing the 3 tribute cards. I don't know if I've showed this, but you can sell cards from your trunk. Interestingly, it puts it like this, though, so you can actually see a grid view of all your cards. So if you're just not aware of cards that you have in your collection, you can come here to see your collection and kind of a better view. Just don't actually accidentally sell your cards that you want to keep. But you can actually make money pretty well off selling cards, though I don't think grinding money is ever necessary in this game. It most definitely is in the sequel, but the sequel is just kind of more difficult anyway. Oh, I heard you knocked off Underwood. That's cooking. I'm sure impressed. Oh yeah, you know Bones, one of the Ghost Army? I hear he got done in by the Rare Hunters. It's a scary tale. You better watch yourself too. Ah, so you've beaten Underwood, the former Japanese champion. You were a list of extraordinary skill. Perhaps you're even good enough to defeat such legendary duelists as Yugi and Seto Kaiba. You have my support. This guy's such a bro. Really went against Mr. Underwood. That's something. Yeah, I saw Mr. Seto Kaiba around the bridge. Why don't you challenge Kaiba next? Oh, you beat Weevil Underwood? Oh, I'm impressed. Maybe you're even going to win this tournament. Oh yes, across the bridge there's an aquarium. I hear there's a strong duelist there. His name was something Tsunami. You may be able to win. Go for it. What? You went and beat Mr. Underwood? Wow, I was gonna stop him too. You're good. You're... Ooh, you. That guy's kind of a psycho. Mr. Underwood defeated? I don't believe it. Don't you forget this. The insect army's much better than you think. You're quite strong, I'll give you that, but Mr. Underwood will get his revenge one day. I think is interesting is I don't think a dual disc ever appears, like, in this game at all. The character sprites aren't ever seen wearing them. Okay, am I just dumb? Am I not seeing the progress? This is a very weird part of the game. Looks like you're doing well, and Joey, well, he's having a rough time. It'd be nice if all three of you can make it to the finals. There's not like an area I haven't gone to yet. I meet again, want a duel? Not particularly. I know I'm talking to you, I know. I don't know, does anyone have anything to say? How does someone get ruined over a card game? What went down? Heard there's been some freaky men in hoods, and they're hunting down rare cards. They call themselves ghouls, I think. They overwhelm duelists with outrageous decks. You better watch out for them too. Sorry, I really don't know what to do to progress here. No one knows what's going on inside that card shop. That's what I've heard. Oh, there's a creepy rumor going around. It's about this card shop. It's usually okay, but if someone goes in alone with a rare card, say he never comes back out again. No one knows what's going on inside that card shop. That's what I've heard. You're who I needed to talk to. That's why I haven't been able to progress the game. So I think this next duel can actually be done at any time. So if we come in here, you're in a different outfit. Welcome. Oh, you must be Stitches. You've been making a name for yourself lately. Word is that you're quite a strong duelist. Actually, I was waiting for you to visit. You see, I wanted to invite you to a special show. After I'd heard how good you are, I wanted to see you. Yes, I definitely wish for you to witness my show. But it is too cramped here. Shall we go downstairs? You can talk to this guy to buy cards, and this guy will be selling you cards from now on. Arkana is implied to be this guy, which I think is interesting because it's one of the few times we've actually seen Arkana, like, unmasked. This is the basement duel chamber. Please sit. Now we shall enjoy our duel together, you and I. I don't like the fact that there's a saw and a, like, spiked ball and one of those spiked coffins. Hahaha, surprised? You can't move, can you? This duel's rule. The loser is chopped up. It's a lovely rule that makes this diabolical. I am a member of the ghouls. Let me test your power. Ha ha ha, here I come. If you lose this duel, you don't actually die, don't. Arkana. Arkana is kind of an interesting character. Known as Pandora in the Japanese, he kind of is just this anonymous character normally, who kind of has a tragic backstory. Interestingly, his ace card is the Dark Magician as well, but in a different artwork, and even in the TCG, the different artwork is actually an entirely different card. Based on the password. Really quick, I'm going to find Arkana real quick. Also, we get to hear one of my favorite duel themes in the game. Now, I think you can fight Arkana at any time after you speak to that guy, so he actually, this is kind of like a weird thing. Because I remember in my personal playthrough fighting him way earlier. Anyways, Arkana's deck actually has some variance to it. So for the one of cards, we have Red Medicine, Hinotama, Doll of Demise, and Dark Magician, specifically his alternative artwork version. For 2 copy cards, we have Goblin Fan, Bad Reaction to Simochi, and Fake Trap, and the rest are 3 ofs, being Curtain of the Dark Ones, Mystery Hand, Masked Clown, Candle of Fate, Mystic Lamp, Monster Eye, Pot the Trick, Wretched Ghost of the Attic, Bite Shoes, and Spear Cretin. As for his antis, he will only ever be able to give you Dark Magician since you can only duel Arkana 1 time. And he gives you his special artwork, Dark Magician. I think I'm just gonna set Trap Master. And we're actually not gonna use its effect, we're just gonna use it like as a monster. Oh, he tribute summoned something. Doll of Demise. Oh yeah, there it is. Doll of Demise is a pretty powerful level 5 monster as well. It's even stronger than Pumpkin. And I think this card is also exclusive to the video games and potentially manga. I don't think it's ever actually been released. I think we're just gonna have to try to power through. I do have my armored zombie, but you're just not that strong. And like the long and short of it, you're just not that strong, at least. Okay, that's good. We drew the out, guys. We did draw the out, so alright, here's what I'll do, I guess. I guess we'll use Beckon to Darkness. Get rid of the doll. Use Stop Defense, change everything to attack position so I can see what the Spear Cretin actually was. But yeah, this is where duels actually get pretty fucking difficult. Arkana is like a pretty back and forth duel, I find, no matter what decks I build. Like, you know, we're already down to like almost a quarter of our LP, and he didn't even do much against us. As for next turn, I'll probably just use both Doran's effects. And then swing. Or I could use the effect of one and then tribute summon Skelgon. That might be better. No, actually, I think it's better to just do both of these effects to get the most value on board, and then we can later bring out Skelgon. Alright, we're doing alright. We brought it back. Almost lost our leg, it's fine. The opponent is out of life points. Dual victory, your deck capacity increased by 30. You got 10,000 Domino. It says about 10,000 Domino, and also Dark Magician was obtained. Dark Magician, a 2500, 2100 attack monster, is a Shadow Magician, because of course it is. What else would it be? Costs only 20 to put in your deck. He's a pretty good card. A Slender Magician, who is among the best of all his kind. His attack and defense stats are top class. Now, I think this is exclusively Arkana's Dark Magician's text, by the way. But yeah, Arkana's Dark Magician wears red armor with blue accents, where YuGiOh Dark Magician wears blue armor with pink or red accents. So he's like inverted. Additionally, Arkana's Dark Magician has a dark skin tone. I lost. Wow, the blade, it's coming closer. Please help me. The lock. Oh, saved. Mary. So, you appear to be somewhat strong, Stitches. You've been an impediment to my plans. Nice grammar, dumbass. Don't think that you'll get off frailly. This used up fool I will dispose of him. Yeah, we can come over here to the other side. You can interact with Arkana, but nothing happens. If we go upstairs and come back, Arkana's just gone. So that's spooky. Welcome. We've got a fine selection of cards. You just have no reaction to the fact that I just killed the owner. Either way, you can come back in here now, and this guy comes back. The previous shop manager got sick. He's gone back home in the country. You've got to find selection of cards. So yeah, he makes up a story about Arkana getting sick and therefore not being able to duel anymore. Or run the shop anymore. Realistically, what probably happened was Merritt killed him, and that's a cover-up to not cause. Anyway, let's look at our trunk real quick, and we're gonna sort by summon. Because I just want to see what all the pyros we got are. We don't actually have a lot of pyros, is the main issue. We also only have one dream card, being Thousand Eyes Idol. Dreams cards are pretty interesting. They were eventually made in the real card game as the illusion type. However, they did not exist for a long time, and therefore a lot of the illusionist cards actually are just spellcasters. Interestingly, one of the first illusion monsters we ever saw was an illusion take on Dark Magician. Being called Nightmare Magician. Illusion cards in the physical card game as well typically have the effect that they can't destroy monsters by battle or cannot be destroyed by battle. Anyway, now we can come back here. And I think now that we've dueled Arkana, Yugi should show up here. Oh, you're not Yugi. Hello, Joey Wheeler told me of this shop. I too am a duelist. The regular customers here, they are all very strong. If I buy some cards, perhaps I will become strong also. I'm sorry, but I must refuse your challenge. Not with my deck, I will be able to defeat you. He came here with Joey. I think they met somewhere and hit it off. Perhaps we missed our chance to duel Yugi. You can duel Yugi. Oh, now we can go to the building and the bridge. I think you're intended to duel Arkana before going to the park. So, I don't know. I probably just missed that. I think Arkana is like one of the first two ghouls, though, you're intended to duel, because you can either duel Seeker. Anyways, we could go to the bridge or to the building. Though, I think for now we should do some deck building real quick. So far, I've actually been pretty satisfied with my deck. I haven't really run into too many issues of, oh, I hate this deck, like I'm just not building it right or something. I honestly might phase Skillingle out of my deck a little bit. Let's order the cards by summon as well, because I know we have a large portion of the deck that is Aqua. And we need to start, like, getting some of these Aquas out of the deck. Mainly because we have like 6 aquas in our deck, which like is causing an oversaturation. So I'm gonna get rid of Frog the Jam. Our forest saturation isn't the worst. Our Earth and Pyro is fine. We don't have any Dreams cards. At some point, we should probably get a new boss monster that isn't just, say, RU. We should probably actually get a good boss card. Our shadows, like, you know, they exist. I'm playing a good portion of the summon pie though, so I'm kind of fine with it. Now what we are gonna do is put another copy of It's a Trap Hole in my deck. And we're going to look at our trap card options a little bit, because like we have Dian Keto now. Like we could reasonably put Dian Keto in the deck. The main thing with Dian Keto is it's more of a stall card in this game. It just kind of makes it so that, oh, I won't die next turn as long as I can block 5,000. Swords of Revealing Light would be good to put in our deck, but I just don't think we have the resources to do so, like... I also want to put Invisible Wire in the deck. I think we're starting to rely a little too much on skill angle, so I'm going to remove one of the skill angles and put Invisible Wire in the deck. Especially because I'd rather just stall out for a turn than summon a monster that doesn't do anything except draw me a new card. Like, we're getting to the fall-off point for skill angle. I also want to put Widespread Ruin in our deck, for sure. Widespread Ruin is basically the Raigeki trap card, so... Or no, I'm thinking of Torrential Tribute, but... We also don't really need low-level monsters for anything, really. Level isn't that important. This is back when levels were kind of just used to class a monster or rank it. There were, like, some alternative game types that would utilize it, but... You know. What am I trying to put in the deck? Widespread Ruin. I'll put Infinite Dismissal in the deck and see if we can fit Widespread. Okay, we can fit Widespread. Oh, we still have like 100 points to play around with. Does that mean I can put in the Dragon Zombie? No, because you're 200 points. I keep forgetting that. It's like, oh, he's 200 points, so... I mean, to be fair, I could definitely make sacrifices for it. Like, I could remove Dharma Cannon. I don't know how good Dharma Cannon actually is in terms of cost effectiveness. So it's 72. So if I add Dharma Cannon to the trunk, and I try to fit Dragon Zombie into the deck, we're over by that much. So this is where we need to start compromising for deck cost reasons. So I need to take a monster of some kind and put it away. How much is Dark Plant? 50 points. Going in the trunk. This is where we're going the trunk. Look at our quantity. I really want to put you in there, but yeah. We'll put Bear Trap in the deck, why not? Alright, our deck should be pretty decently good now, so... I guess we go over the new deck list, being... Sayaryu, Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts... Skelgon, Dragon Zombie, Armored Zombie, Clown Zombie... Sandstone... Wait, I don't have this in the right order, my bad. We have Sayaryu, Pumpkin, the King of Ghosts, Skelgon, Sandstone... Armored Zombie, Dragon Zombie, Dark Gray, Trap Master, Dissolver Rock, Clown Zombie, Doron, Hourglass of Life. Which is Hourglass of Life? 47-point card, I might consider that. Gale Dogra, Muka, Mechaleon, Skelangle at 2 copies. Wow, Skelingle's actually more expensive than Hourglass of Life. Morphing Jar. You know what? We're gonna... I don't know. Morphing Jar. Penguin Soldier. Witch's Apprentice. Flame Dancer. Karibo. Stomp Defense. Raigeki. 3 copies of Bear Trap. 1 copy of Invisible Wire. 3 copies of Acid Trap Hole. 1 copy of Widespread Ruin. I almost said Acid Ruin. 1 copy of Multiply, 1 copy of Pedigree, 2 copies of Darkness Approaches, and 2 copies of Beckon to the Darkness. So we do kind of have 2 options where we could go next. We could either go to the bridge or the building. Oh, I accidentally went to the building, my bad. I didn't mean to go there. No. Pretend you didn't see that. But, I think next time we'll go to the building. So, yeah, I guess thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.